Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Shayna Cersei, and we are gearing up for day number 4 of our watercolor journal journey. Again, what a mouthful that is, but I'm going to stick with it. I like it. So we are painting every day, or as many days as we possibly can. I'm not making any promises, but that is my intention. I am not being too hard on myself if I don't meet all of the intentions I set out for in 2024, or goals or resolutions that I've made. I'm just going to live, with some forward momentum. As long as we're moving forward, we're feeling good. So this is day 4. Whoops, sorry about the camera shake. Where I'm going to be painting every morning with you in our journals. And you can use these as daily journal prompts for yourself, or a challenge if you want to do that. Some people really enjoy a challenge, but today we're going to do a flower. I'm feeling floral, even though it's the middle of the winter, and I'm feeling pinks and yellows, and we're going to start with, and it's just going to be a petal flower. And maybe several of them, I don't know. Again, the point of the journal is not too much pressure, just start to paint. I want to go in with another loose style, loose feeling. So I want to invoke some energy into this particular painting. So I'm going to start with just a yellow center here, just a little messy yellow center. And some people start with the petals first and then the centers, and sometimes I do that. And I'm going to pick up some quinacridone magenta, and I'm going to use just the tip of my brush and push down and kind of pull out some petals here. I'm going to let some of them touch. You can see they're touching the yellow and they're touching each other, but I am leaving some white gaps and space in there. If you have to turn your page, you can definitely do that. I'm just going to work my way around until I've kind of filled the space evenly. So that was 6 petals, which can kind of be odd sometimes when there's an even number. It can feel off. Look at that beautiful flower. All right, I'm going to do another one kind of over here. And I'm going to, this is still wet, but it's almost dry. I'm going to drop some more yellow in the center there. I'm going to do the same thing over here, but this one is going to be behind the one over here. So I'm going to kind of poke my petal right behind there as I'm painting. I'm just going to kind of visualize where it would end up behind that. And not get too bogged down by the details, leaving little gaps and white spots, letting it touch the center there. Beautiful. Oh gosh, I could paint these all day long. And let's put one more like way over here. Then I'm going to fill the rest in with greenery, and I'm going to come back to these and add some more fun. Some more fun, energetic layers. Ooh, this one's really getting funky. That center was still very wet. And I pulled out lots of color. There we go. You can see here how so much of that yellow kind of pushed into the magenta, because it was so wet and there was so much yellow pigment kind of in the center. Alrighty, let's, using the same brush, I'm going to come back in and add in some more layers, but some thinner layers that don't always go all the way up to the top or cover everything up that we've already done. I'm being quick. This will be interesting because these are puddling and kind of moving this way. I see you. I'm just going to leave you. All right. And I'm going to come back in and get some more yellow. And some of this purple here I just mixed in. So purple and yellow are complementary colors. Just throw in some dots of that to give a little contrast. I didn't come back to this side yet to do the additional pink. But these are still drying quite I left them very wet. Let's pull some. All right, we'll let that continue to dry and we'll come back to it. Oh, got my hand in my painting. That's all right, I'm gonna cover that up with green, I think. Let's get into some green. I just pushed my whole desk. I am gonna make just some very textured greenery. I'm not going to worry too much on this first layer about anything that resembles a leaf necessarily. Keep it loose. Sometimes when you do this, when you force yourself to paint super loose, and if you're going quickly, sometimes it's pure magic, and then other times it's a complete disaster, and it's okay. That's why we do things like paint in our sketchbook every day, because those things are going to happen no matter what. You're just going to have good days and bad days. Let some of those mess ups or frustrating moments just happen in your sketchbook and then forget about them. Use them as learning experiences. All right, let me take some more sap green. I kind of like this blue. I'm going to mix it with the phthalo blue here. Oh, you can't see that. Hold on, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see my palette too. There we go. All right, so I have sap green and I mix it with some phthalo blue on my palette. This is going to be like super dark, but I'm painting it on while it's still wet. And I am scrubbing. I'm using the tip of my brush. And some days you just have high energy and just need to move your brush. And you don't want to be patient and you don't want to wait for things to dry. And there's a time and a place for that. Or you can build a time and a place for that, like in your sketchbook or in your journal. All right. I love this. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. So I'm gonna let that dry a little bit and then we're just about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go get a coffee refresh and then I'm gonna add some more details and layers to make this really feel energetic, and I don't know what the other word is, but lots of contrast and lots of texture. Okay, you do the same. All right, we're back. I am going to pull out my rigger brush or my liner. This is actually my liner, not my script liner. Teeny tiny brush. So if you have a small one, this is how I'm going to add lots of more details and texture and like poppy contrast. So I'm going to take some quinacridone magenta, super saturated, and a little Payne's gray. And I'm gonna make some really bold choices in here. And I'm gonna use this almost like a pen, as if I were scribbling on the page. Oh, I hear Alexa alerts going off in the other room because we're gonna get a snowstorm. And I don't think this video will release till after that snowstorm. So hopefully it is a lovely snowed in kind of day. Now I'm just taking some water and softening the top of these a little bit. And while that's kind of doing its thing and marinating, I'm going to take some darker brown. I kind of put it along the edge of this yellow here. It's like a super dark brown color. That just gives it like really nice depth around the center. Oh, doesn't that look great? It's okay to toot your own horn too. Even if someone else you don't think will like your particular piece or your entry in your journal, as long as you like it. And I think that's what everybody should work on this year. I am putting the call out there for all of you, is to be more confident in what you produce. Say it out loud. That looks awesome. I love that. I can't believe I just painted that. I have said that before. Not all the time. There's, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just painted that. And there's also, I can't believe I just painted that. So tone matters, but I want you to be confident in yourselves and love the work that you do. Even the work that is challenging and frustrating and isn't coming out just so. Be proud of yourself for showing up, especially if you're showing up every day to paint in your sketchbook, in your journal. All right, we're gonna go around the edges on this one again. Oh, I've got some energy this morning. I'm sorry if that's coming across on the camera as kooky. Some mornings you get slow, soft, quiet Shayna. Some mornings you get kooky, energetic Shayna. All right, y'all. I also want to hear some more subjects that you want to see painted, or maybe that you've painted recently that isn't something that I'm painting in my journal. Do we want to see more animals, more florals, more landscapes? I think I'm going to do a landscape tomorrow. As of right now, that's what I'm feeling next. And there's going to be days, I know there's going to be days where I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to paint anything. They happen. Do they happen to you? How do you get out of that funk? Do you just paint? Do you do something like go look for inspiration somewhere? Do you just take a break? Let me know. All right, one more kind of additional. And I gotta add some more to that greenery, I think. And this one is so much lighter than the others because I didn't do that second layer. So we are gonna do a third layer right now to really, because everybody else got a third layer. She's feeling like she's missing out. Painting and creating is such a, or just creating in general, it's so good for you. It can really, I know some people have some real anxiety around what they create, but if you can just take out the anxiety of perfectionism and like just create, just make good, make bad. It's so good for your brain, your mental health. All right, a little bit more darker color just around these edges here. Look how messy this is. Ugh, so messy, but so, I love it so much. This is not how I normally paint every day. All right, let's add a little bit more to that green. This video is going a little long, but I don't care. I've got the energy for it today. So I just added some of this dark green here. I'm going to actually try to create some shapes of leaves on this top layer in some different colors. And I actually might add in, see what that looks like these purples on top, which are going to layer on top. They're going to be transparent. I need a good brush here. Let me see. I'm going to use my silver black velvet. So this is a natural hair brush. Some people really don't like natural hair brushes, and that's okay. You definitely do not have to use them. But it definitely, this one has a really great tip on it, and it holds a lot of paint and water. So I'm just making some shapes that actually kind of retain their shape. Everything behind that was just a wet kind of mess of greens, but they look great, high energy, soft. You know what, I'm gonna throw some yellow in here. Where else? I'm letting the colors mix. Look at this, it's like, pew, bam, in your face. You could definitely take a second break, go get another tea, coffee, warm up refill from this, let it all dry, and do even kind of more fine details and layering. But I think that looks great. I'm gonna call this one done. I'm gonna let it dry and just enjoy this beautiful pop of color every time I pass it in my book. So we've done 4 different days. There's lots of other paintings in here from other stuff. Again, that's why I'm trying to finish this journal. So we did this one day 1. We did this one day 2. This was here from another time. We did this cute little curious cow day 3, and we did these beautiful flowers day 4. What will we have in store for tomorrow? I don't know. I think a landscape, but we will see how I feel tomorrow and what I want to paint. All right, y'all, go ahead, go be brave, start painting in your journals, and take that time for yourself, for your creativity, for your soul. Happy painting, y'all. Take care.